Hi, everybody. We're doing tips to be productive when working from home in our home office. Thanks for being patient with me as we go through this. Uh, this article is going to be like a lot of articles we see now. We repeat some things that we've already heard. It's amazing to me as we watch videos, as we watch webinars, as we get on, read blogs. So many titles are exactly the same. And a lot of the topics are exactly the same. I'm going to try to change some of these up for us, make it a little more enjoyable. The topic line may be the same, but we're going to have a little bit of fun with this. So 9 tips to be productive from working from home. The first tip, confine your workspace to a specific area. We need to make sure that we're going to the same spot every day, unless that area happens to be in front of the TV, lounging on the couch. They recommend that we don't do that. We find a special place in our home where we can work. The main reason for that is so that we can concentrate, make sure that it's an area that we are out of the main traffic, and we can really be productive while we're working. Number 2, the area that we choose to work needs to be an area where it can be fairly quiet, away from the kids doing all their ruckus and having fun and laughing and joking and doing the things kids are going to be doing while they're at home. If the nature noises get on your nerves, you probably don't need to be next to a window. And if those neighbors barking, yapping dogs get on your nerves, we've got to figure out how to eliminate that. One way this article tells us to eliminate that is to get some noise canceling headphones. Or another way we can do that is to get some music in the background, that's soft music playing or ocean waves, some ambient noise that's going to cancel out all of that distraction that we have. You know, when I was looking at this, all I could think of was the Bumpus's dogs from the Christmas story. When the dad gets so upset when the Bumpus's dogs run through the house, no telling what's happening with the doors being open, front and back, if dogs are running through. But we've got to cancel out the noise some way. Number 3, same workplace every day to increase productivity. What they're recommending is that we go to the same place every day, not to continue moving around. The biggest reason for that is we need to find our zen. We need to find that place where we can be calm, we can be collected, we find that area where we work best. So if we go to the same place every day, we know where everything is, everything's set up. It's kind of like the office. We go in, we have that area that's just ours. So that is a high recommendation. Go to the same place every day so you can create an environment that works best for you. Number 4, let me get out of the way there. Set clear boundaries, clear and defined boundaries. That's going to be really, really important. So with that being in mind, let me go back down to polls real quick and see if I can pull up this next one for us. If not, we will, let me see if I can continue, go to a different one. Let's see what it says here. Nope. I have no idea how to get to the second poll, but that's all right. What I was going to ask you is, what is the most difficult part about setting boundaries? And one of the questions is, have we even set boundaries? It's really, really important that we set boundaries and that we make sure that we know what those are. Some of the difficulties we have with setting boundaries is a lot of us are homeschooling. So we have our kids at home that we are responsible. Our responsibilities pull us away or get us involved in other things other than work. But it's really important that we have those boundaries set up. And a way to do that is just have an open conversation, set up schedules, get everybody on the same page and say, okay, you're going to be spending 30 minutes on this. I'm going to spend 30 minutes, and let's try not to interrupt each other during that piece. So set clear boundaries with the people that are at home with you, and that will help. Okay, this is the big one. At the end of your work day, power down. So when you get through working, it's really, really important. Shut everything down. You know, when we're at work, I can't speak for everyone else, but we get close to that time to get ready to go home. We start putting things away. We start packing up and getting ready to go. Well, at home, there's no place to go. What we do is we find out that time is passing by and the time has gone and we're still working. So it's really important that we have those reminders at the end of our workday. It is time to shut down. The recommendation is you power everything down. Turn those computers off, turn the phone off, shut it down for the day. That is a great idea. Don't forget to do that. But make sure you know your schedule. And if you need that alarm clock, you need someone to remind you, hey, it's the end of the day. So you don't look up and it's 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening and you're still working, unless that happens to be your work schedule and that's what you're doing. So that's really important. All right. Don't hang an open sign up outside your workspace. Eliminate intrusions. Now, if you're like most people or everyone right now that we know of, our neighbors know we're home, our family know we're home. So phone calls are coming in. Hey, what's up? How you doing? Since you're home, let's chat for a while. Well, it's really important that we communicate to everyone. These are my office hours. Don't call. Let's pretend I'm at work. I'm 5 miles away, 10 miles away, whatever that commute time is. You don't make those phone calls at work. Don't call now. If we are at home and we have quite a few footprints going around, maybe we need to put a sign up right outside our workspace that says, hey, I'm available between this time and this time, kind of like college professors when they have their office time, or like the virtual teachers today when they say my office times are at this time, so you can call or text during this time. Maybe we need to do the same thing in our home offices so we can eliminate those intrusions and stop allowing people to keep us from being productive, because it's very important we stay productive during our work time. Number 7, this one is a lifesaver. Employee video communications. The picture I have up here is a video communication I had last Friday, with my ATD group. We just had a virtual social. We did talk a little bit of business, but more so than business, we just got to say hello and, hey guys, how are you? How are you coping? It's so good to see you. And that meant a lot to all of us, because most everyone in that group are extroverts and they are suffering. It's really, really hard on some of them. We shed a few tears because they're just going, I'm having such a hard time. It is so hard to stay inside and not be around people. So what I'm trying to tell you here, to be productive, is we need to communicate, use Zoom, use other ways to communicate. There are all kinds of things that are coming to the surface now that you can communicate with other people. Reach out to your business partners, reach out to your team. You need to, even as a team, our training department communicates 3 or 4 times a week where we're all just catching up, seeing what's going on. Pete has done a fantastic job facilitating that and just making sure we're talking to each other and, hey, how are the kids? What's going on? What's happening in your life? And then we talk about some business too, but we're staying in touch with each other. And that's very, very important right now. And it helps with the productivity, because we're going to get to how that helps in just a moment in another area. But let's talk about number 8, avoid cabin fever. I don't care how big or how small your house is right now. If you're in a 1-bedroom or a studio apartment, or you happen to be able to be in a 4-bedroom, 5-bedroom home, I guarantee at some point now, since we've been home for a while, your home feels just like that. It is small. It is just getting smaller and smaller all the time. So let me encourage you to do this. Get outside. just because we have to social distance and they say stay home, that doesn't mean stay locked up in your office. So get outside, do some things outside with your family, uh, go to the back porch, breathe some fresh air, do things that you haven't done in a while. Walk around in the grass, just look up at the trees, look up in the sky and see some new things. But don't allow yourself to let the walls get smaller and smaller. Get outside and realize how big the world is again. Take a walk, see some people. We still walk in our neighborhood. It's really funny because we walk as a family group, and when we see people, everybody kind of spreads out. So we keep that 6 foot distance from each other. It's amazing now because we speak. When all of this first happened, we would pass people and everybody was really quiet, like we couldn't even talk to each other. I don't know what we were thinking, but now people are talking to each other, but we're keeping our social distancing, but people are getting out. And I highly recommend get outside, do some things so you don't catch cabin fever. Whew, that's just rough. So next piece, number 9, check your attitude. I have this book on my bookshelf. You can be happy no matter what, but that's a choice. We get to choose our attitude. And I'm going to tell you, I'm talking to myself in this situation as much as I'm talking to you guys. This is so important. I can start off the day because I'm one of those 6 to 7 people that we started off with the poll early. I get a lot done from 6 to 7. That's my best time of day. I'm high energy at that time. So my attitude is really good at that time of day. As the day progresses, I have to remember to check my attitude and not let that slippery slope take me down. So my challenge to you is to keep your attitude very, very positive. Do whatever it takes. You know, nobody is telling you right now how to set your desk up, what you can have on your walls. So take a moment to put your favorite pictures up. You're able to pull up things on your computer where you can daydream a little bit and get out there. I just want you to make sure that your attitude is in check all the time. Make it as positive as possible. That is really, really important. My poll question for you is, how's your attitude? Are you grateful? Are you happy? Are you peaceful? Or don't even ask how my attitude is. If it happens to be the don't ask, I want to encourage you now, put a smile on your face and just think of a happy thought. You may not fly, but you'll feel a whole lot better. As we move on, let's do a recap real fast of the things we can work on to be more productive in our home office. We've got about 2 more minutes here. Number 1, confine your workspace to one area of your home. Make sure that that area is set up the way you want it. Some of us work in a very, very neat area. Others that we might happen to know on the 9th floor like for it to be very cluttered and work. Tell you what, it is your workspace. You make it where you work best. Okay? Reduce the noise. Put some headphones on or create some ambient noise, whatever it takes. You make that happen for yourself. Go to the same workplace every day so you can be in your spot, so you can be the most productive you can be. Set clear boundaries. If you haven't set those boundaries yet, that's one I would definitely recommend. Set the boundaries. Make sure people know now's a good time to talk, now's not a good time to talk. When I do Zoom, I say, hey, everybody, I'm about to go live. They know at that point, hey, there's no talking. We don't need to make any excess noise. So everybody right now is kind of hiding in their rooms. I gave them a break from school, so they're enjoying that. Power down at the end of your day. Remember to set your schedule up to where you can rest, you can re-energize for the next day, be ready to go. Eliminate those intrusions. Just because you're at home doesn't mean you need to have everybody knocking on your door, delivering things. By the way, another intrusion is that chocolate cake that you have in the kitchen. don't make a chocolate cake. Uh, we have to stop making those runs to the refrigerator. I know I've got too late. Me too. So I've got to come up with a different plan. Employ video communications. Talk to people. Figure out a way to where you can communicate with people again via Zoom. My daughter's birthday is coming up this Saturday. We're probably going to do a parking lot from our car to their car. Hey, how are you? Sing happy birthday. But I'm hoping I can Zoom and get some family members on. We can all have a good time together, celebrate her birthday. Use those video communications for work so you can be productive, catch up with everybody, know where you are as far as your goals are concerned, but to also get some of that social activity back. Avoid cabin fever, get outside, make some things happen, get some fresh air, because you're going to be more productive when you come back in. And then finally, check your attitude. Check it multiple times a day. Make sure you stay up. Make sure you stay positive. Be a positive influence on everyone in the house. Be a positive influence on everyone in the neighborhood. There is a way for your attitude to just be positive, and we can make a decision to do that. My hope for you is that our attitudes are great when we get back to seeing each other again, that our attitudes have changed to the point where we're excited, that we're more positive than we were before all of this happened. We can stay positive. Again, I'm talking to myself. I really, really want to be positive, but I miss seeing all of you. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week and weekend. Want to remind you that tomorrow at 12, Pete Blank is going to come back and talk to us words leaders should avoid when discussing coronavirus. So words that should be avoided during all of this. Join Pete tomorrow at 12. We'll have another blast going out to you. Does anyone have any questions before we go? We're at 12:17, but I recorded a little bit later, so we're going to still have a few seconds. I'm looking at the chat bar. Fantastic. Doesn't look like we have any questions. Let me encourage you to be productive. Best way to be productive, take care of yourself, set your environment up to the best way for you to work, and we'll see you next time. Have a fantastic day. Talk to you soon.